Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 62, and today we are returning with a massive doubleheader of our Lions as we take on Newcastle away at St James Park in the Premier League, and then take on Benfica away in the second leg of our Europa League quarter-final tie after we won the first leg at home in that thrilling 8-goal thriller by 5-3. Now, normally I would say I'll show what's been going on off camera, but there's been nothing going on at all. As you can see, those two games were the last you saw, and that's why we're diving straight to the next two, because right now in the Premier League it is so tight in the race for 7th place, which again may or may not be enough for Europa League football. And of course the Benfica game, well, we weren't going to miss that one, so that's why we're coming back early today, and no games played off camera. But as you can see, we do have a game in hand on both West Ham and Bournemouth, because off camera yesterday both Bournemouth and West Ham lost. West Ham lost to Chelsea, who have now been crowned champions, and Bournemouth lost to Burnley as well, who are trying to make a late run for the Europa League, but that's going to be very tough. So we've got a game in hand, and a win here at St James's Park will see us go 4 points clear of our rivals with 4 games to go as well. So a big opportunity here to try and pull away and try and make 7th place our own, which again may or may not be enough anyway, but at the moment that's what we're clinging on to for dear life. So I'm going to dive straight into the game then. First one is against Newcastle. And of course, because we haven't won a game in the Premier League since, when was our last victory in the Premier League? Oh my goodness, it was back in March, the start of March, funnily enough, against Bournemouth. Well, I'm going to switch to tactics, because at the moment the 4-2-3-1 is not working domestically, so we go to the 4-2-4 excuse me, for the first game today away at St James Park. These are going to be our instructions, and hopefully a change of tactics will see a change in fortunes in our result. Now, this will be our lineup for the game. We've got Petkovic in goal, back for retirement, Maori, Ferencik and Ranieri, with Koulibaly and Romain, our 2 CMs. Our wingers are, as always, Louise and Webster, and up top, Redinaldo and Marek, who's played poorly this season, and on the bench, Lunin, Benjamin, Ahumada the Dream, Abdul Kadir Menji. And if you missed the last episode, well, John Black was an absolute legend for us in that Benfica game. He definitely deserves a place on the bench, so Benk will miss out of the squad as we want him fully fit for the game on Thursday night away in Portugal, as he is the top scorer in the Europa League. So first game, it's Newcastle. We haven't won a game since March in the Premier League. Let's change that. Come on, you Lions. You might be able to tell if you watched the last episode, I wasn't feeling too well. I've been a bit under the weather. My other half's been trying to nurse me back to full health, and I'm recording this episode pretty soon after making the last one, because I'm just so excited to play that second leg against Benfica. I really am. It's definitely, I would probably say it was definitely the best game of the series so far, and I'm so glad it was on camera, because there's been some great games that I've recorded off camera, and I've like, oh man, I wish I could have shared that with you guys live. But that was an incredible game and an incredible win. But as we head into this game, again, the Premier League, 7th, as I said about 1,000 times now, might not be enough, but it's all down to what happens in the FA Cup. Right now there's 4 teams remaining in the semi-finals. There's only one outside the Premier League, and that's Hull City. So hopefully 7th will be enough, but again, it's all going to depend on what happens in the semi-final stages of the FA Cup, because if it's not enough, then what we're playing for right now in the Premier League is essentially nothing, because we could finish 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, wouldn't matter, we still wouldn't make Europe. Anyway, first highlight's going to come to the Magpies, 15 minutes in, with Sorowski down the right, cross into the middle, and there is Celso Martinez who turns it in, and it's an early lead for the Magpies, but actually it's an own goal from Ranieri. I thought it was Martinez, the new-gen/regen striker we've seen a couple of times in this series, but instead it's an own goal from our new right back, who I've got to say this season has not played very well. He's only a teenager, he is the Brazilian, his first season in the Premier League, but he's not done very well for us, and that own goal sort of epitomises his debut year in England. 1-0 down 15 minutes in, doesn't matter what formation we're using, what lineup we're using, we just can't win in the Premier League at the moment. But a highlight soon after, and it might come to the Lions. We try and get ourselves back on little terms. Redinaldo on the move. He's got a man at the far post, and he squares it to Kuchar, who I dissed pre-game. And whenever I diss this guy, he comes good. 21 minutes in, back on level terms, and Marek, the club captain, said, forget what you were saying in the last episode. Don't take the armband off me. I can still lead this team to better things. Redinaldo did really well there. Won the ball back after a deflection. Great selfless play. Picks out Marek, who fires at home. He's not had a good season this year, our captain, but that's a big goal. 1-1, back on level terms. Come on. And another highlight soon after. Ranieri down the right, squares it through to Webster, who crosses. Ronaldo is there, and Marek gets his second of the game. Oh, he's back to his best, baby. Marek bagging a brace, and 2 assists for Ronaldo as well, who I was thinking he was going to be the star of the show when we signed him. Put him on 75 grand a week. He's been nothing but a letdown for the most part, but today he's showing what he can do, not scoring the goals, but setting them up. Lovely cushion knockdown to Marek there with the head, who fires it home. 2-1, game turned on its head, and this strike partnership working really well today. Well, the second half is beginning, and we're still leading by a goal, and I desperately don't want to jinx this, because I can't afford to, but as things stand right now, we are set for our first win in a month and a half, and my word do we need this. Don't want to change the tactics, but I just felt as though the 4-2-3-1 was going to come good eventually. We gave it a second chance, and it did for a bit, but it just doesn't work in the Premier League anymore, and this does seem to happen in the FM quite a lot. You know, you can stick with a tactic for a while, and it seems to be perfect, but eventually, teams will figure out how to play against it. I think that's what's happened, really, and that's why we've been forced into a change. We're still leading by a goal regardless, but Newcastle trying to respond here and get back on level terms. Fryer into Till, and he'll play it through to Zorowski down this right-hand side, who crosses to the far post. Ferencik heads clear, but straight to the number 15, who takes a touch, finds his man, crosses the back stick. Zorowski hits it into the side netting, just wide, and the Magpies coming back at us in the second half, trying to get back on level terms. Come on. And another highlight with 28 minutes to go, still leading by 1 as Marek sends it through to Ronaldo. They've been brilliant all game long. The first shot is saved, but the Brazilian has come back into the starting 11, and he's back with a bang. 2 assists and a goal. And on 75 grand a week, we expect that on a more regular basis, but he's coming big in a big game. Marek with a brilliant ball over the top to Ronaldo, held his run perfectly, gets in behind Shane Duffy. Great save initially, but turns in a rebound, 3-1. And with 27 minutes to go, this might well be just our second win in, 10 games in the Premier League? Something like that. Big result, we can hang on to it. And now a free kick, which Timon plays to Koulibaly. And Marek has got his hat-trick as well. A fumble by the goalkeeper, Marek scores, but the flag is up for offside, and rightfully so as well. He seemed in acres of space there, so right decision. 21 minutes to go though, and we've turned this game on its head, and it should be ours to lose now. We're in control. You know, I thought the 2 players that were going to stand up and be counted today were Webster and Luiz, 2 of our best players of the season, if not our best players of the season, but instead it's been Ronaldo and Marek. And Ronaldo wants yet another assist, and he has got set up the penalty, if you will. Menji was sent through there, and Romain's going to take. Can I change that to Marek real quick, because he's on a hat-trick? Where are we? There we are. Marek. I'm remembering last season I accidentally let Lunin take a penalty and he scored it. But I'll change that to Marek, who is on a hat-trick, and see if he can get it. And I think that'll be his first hat-trick of the season as well. He's not had a good year for us this season, Marek. He is going to take it, and our number 9 has a chance to grab the match ball if he can convert from 12 yards. So a chance to make it 4-1. It's the captain, and he scored as well. Marek back with a bang, baby. A hat-trick today at St James's Park. We've got our first win since the Bournemouth game at the start of March, and that means now we'll go 5 points clear. I said 4 points. Sorry, 5 points clear of West Ham in 8th with 4 games to go. So we've got a very tough final 4 games to come, so we're certainly not there yet. And again, as I've said about 1,000 times now, 7th might not even be enough anyway, but at least we've got the job done today. We really needed a win after a horrendous run of form domestically, and we're going to get it, and a really big victory at that as well. And for Marek and Ronaldo, what a performance for those 2 up top. A really good duo today in the North East. So 4-1 the final score. Delighted for Marek more than anyone, really, and I'm going to passionately say to the boys, really special lads. Nobody gave us a chance. We played most. Congratulations. Everyone is delighted with that. We'll also praise Ranieri despite the early own goal, and yeah, everyone is pleased. So 4-1 the final score, a big win, and now good motivation that taking that result into the Benfica game as well, because that is our first back-to-back wins since Bournemouth and Marseille back at late February and early March. So big 2 results there. Now Benfica away in Portugal. Let's keep the win streak going. Just quickly on Marek as well, it is worth pointing out that he is only 21 years old. So, it's not like the guy is aging and we need to replace him or anything. He's 21, turns 22 in July. But, when we signed him, he started off red hot. We gave him a big contract, and he didn't have a great season last year. But, it was pretty decent. 8 assists and 11 goals, 25 games. And this year, not quite as good, but a big hat-trick there. And again, with a leadership stat being 16, that's why he's our captain. Great leadership, great determination, decent enough work rate, an influential player in our squad. There's very little negatives to Marek, but again, the biggest negative is what is said here in the coaching report. Consistency. He needs to work on becoming more consistent if he is developed further, and that's why he's not really progressing at the rate I was hoping. He's just too inconsistent with a striker to make our headline guy. And just before we move on to look at the FA Cup semi-finals, I think I said it was Hull who were in the semi-finals, but actually West Brom beat them in the quarters to set up their semi-final against Chelsea, and Liverpool take on Manchester United in the other semi-final tie. So, providing Chelsea beat West Brom in the semis, when is that being played? Is that this weekend? It is indeed. Providing Chelsea beat West Brom at Wembley, that should mean the 7th will be enough for the Europa League, I think. I'm trying to work it out in my mind, and I'm desperately hoping that Chelsea don't lose to West Brom in that one. But yeah, I think if Chelsea win that, because of Liverpool and Manchester United being in 2nd and 5th right now, that should be enough for 7th to be the Europa League, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just going to hope that is the case, because otherwise we're basically playing for nothing in our final Premier League games. But either way, Benfica our next game, and let's not worry about that. Let's concentrate on the Europa League, and let's get through to the semis. Come on. So here we go then. It's time for the second leg of our Europa League quarter-final, and I didn't realise this, but I just got forwarded a new media article here, or a news article here, I should say, saying that we're set to break the record goals tally in the Europa League, and setting a new landmark, because we scored 33 goals so far, and the current record is 40, so there's a chance we could break the record, but only if we can win tonight and get through to the semis, because we're certainly not going to score 7 or 8 goals tonight. We did score 5 goals in the first leg, of course, where we won by 5 goals to 3. So heading back to Portugal now, it does mean if we give a clean sheet tonight or concede no more than 1 goal, we will go through to the next round. But considering how good Benfica were in the first leg, the chance of that happening is very, very slim indeed. So I think we need to score tonight. We're going back to the 4-2-3-1, which we used in the first leg. We haven't lost a game playing this in Europe so far, so let's keep it going. Let's get another win, and let's get to the semi-finals like the board asked. So this is our team for the game then. Lunin is in goal, back for retirement. Jordan, Benjamin and James Bree. The midfield duo being Dobby and Wanyama, who's been ever present in his debut year for Millwall in the Europa League. Hasn't played in the league very much, but in the Europa League's been, almost perfect really. And their attacking midfield trio, as always, Louise on the left, Webster on the right, and in the middle O'Reilly, supporting Julian Benker, the top scorer in the Europa League with 11. On the bench, Petkovic, Maori, Chilwell the Dream, John Reliable Black, Marek and Redinaldo. What a top-heavy bench we've got as we head into the second leg. So it's Benfica, we're away in Portugal. Let's get the job done and let's reach the semis. Come on. I'll be the first to admit it, we were lucky to win the first leg, and to win it by 2 goals as well. That scoreline, I would say, flattered us, because Benfica had a brilliant first leg and deserved at least a draw, but those 2 late goals through Luiz and then John Black off the bench as well is what gave us the advantage heading into the game in Portugal. And again, due to those away goals, I think we will need to score tonight. I can't see us keeping Benfica quiet for the entire 90, so I think we need a goal. Let's get an early one and try and put the pressure on. His timing on the ball, crossing to Webster, cleared away, but that should be Jordan's ball, which it is, as O'Reilly now receives it. Now Wanyama picks it up, as we will try and get ourselves a chance, but still we surrender possession, and now Ricardo plays it through to Panda. He's one-on with Lunin, an early chance for the hosts, and Lunin makes the save, a big stop by the Ukrainian, and again, keeping them quiet tonight for 90 minutes is going to be an almost impossible task. Still 0-0, early let off there. Highlight for Benfica though, and they have got that goal, which we knew was going to come at some point. Panda has got it and made it 1-0 as Benfica draw first blood just before the break. Heading into half-time tied at 0-0, I certainly would have been pleased with that, but couldn't hold on. Benfica back in it, and again, due to the away goal ruling, just 1 more goal will send them through. So it's half-time, we're trailing by a goal, and I'm going to say to the boys that I'm far from pleased, or I'm not happy with the performance out there. Everyone's fired up and motivated, because we're going to need goals tonight. They will score again, we have to score ourselves. I was delighted with those 2 late goals in stoppage time in the first leg, but I knew heading back to Portugal it was going to be very tough for us. And as we're temporarily down to 10 men here, 8 minutes after the restart of O'Reilly off, Louise on the ball finds a bit of space, and fires it just wide of the post as well. We've got to score tonight. There is no doubt Benfica will get another goal between now and the final whistle, so we have to score and give us some breathing room. Come on. Temptation to switch to 4-2-4 is overwhelming right now as Panda's through again and Lunin denies him. They're going to score again. I think we're going to have to go to 4-2-4, I really do, because we're going to concede. We will concede playing this. We need to go to the 4-2-4 and try and get a goal, and it's going to have to be Black. Black's coming on earlier than he did in the first leg. We'll drop Benker to play complete forward. Black is the advanced forward, and of course we'll swap those 2 around as well. But there are 26 minutes to go. We're still leading by 1 on aggregate, but that is not going to last. We need a goal. Come on, John. You did it in the first leg. Do it again for us. He's only apparently considered good enough for most championships, size John Black, but I don't get what the coaching report says. He never lets us down when he's on the pitch. But 17 minutes to go. If we get a goal here, that would be massive. Dobby to Bree. Crosses. Headed away. Josh Tarman first to the loose ball, though. And as the left back picks up and finds Louise down this flank, he'll step inside, roll it to Benker. Benker on the ball, crosses. Oh, Webster should have made it 1-1. Come on, Clinton. 6 minutes to go, still trailing by 1 on the night. Can we hang on, or are Benfica going to give us a taste of our own medicine and score a late winner? Do we switch the tactics? Do we go to counter or something right now? I'm going to keep it as it is on a 4-2-4 because we're containing well enough for now. But I might drop Webster and Luiz back to natural wide midfielders. And in fact, I'm going to take off Luiz for Ben Chilwell and get even more stability and defensive cover down that flank as well. Because the right side is where Benfica hurt us most in the first leg. And as things stand, we're going to scrape through by the skin of our teeth, or are we? Oh, Benfica have done it right at the death. It's 5-5 on aggregate, but that away goal is going to send them, their 3 away goals in the first leg is going to send them through at the death. They've done to us what we did to them in the first leg. Flicked on by Panda, Tambusi with the finish, and our European adventure is going to end in Portugal. Well, we tip our hat to Benfica. We're not going to set a new record in the Europa League for goals scored, but we knew this was going to be a tough tie, and what a fantastic tie it's been. But it's going to end as a defeat. Oh, I thought Ben could have been away there. It's going to end in defeat. It's going to end in tears. Our European dream ends in the quarterfinals. So I'm going to say to the boys, it wasn't good enough. We shouldn't have lost an aggregate here. We fired the boys up. But to be fair to Benfica, with their team, we knew this was going to be tough. What a brilliant tie, though. 5-5 over 2 legs. They're through. Juventus are through. As are Wolfsburg and RB Leipzig as well. Those are the semi-finalists. As our first stint in Europe ends in the quarters, we fall 1 hurdle shyer. We fall 1 hurdle lower than what the board asked for. They want us to reach the semi-finals, but that was still a brilliant debut in the competition. Really, really fun ties and knockout stages. A great group campaign. But in the end, it's Benfica to go through, and we're out on away goals. So no silverware this season once again, and with just 4 games to go in the Premier League, it's now, we're desperately hoping, because of course we won the Europa League, which was unlikely. We would have qualified for the Champions League next season. Now we're hoping that 7th will be enough. Otherwise, this will be our first and only season in Europe in the series so far. But that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So big thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy the episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and really help channel out as well. Much love, and we will return with. Are we going to do the? Yeah, let's do that. It's too tight right now, so we'll do the final 4 games split into 2 episodes. First, Man City and Leicester, and then Arsenal at Stoke. The first 2 games coming in the next episode. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series as we try and cling on to 7th and hope that'll be enough very soon. Bye.